This YCN segment is brought to you by Lake Sunapee Visiting Nurse Association and Hospice.
Welcome back, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide, and we keep going with the American League and some of the trades that have been made. And the American League East, the Yankees, they're falling behind. They obviously have some problems offensively with Aaron Judge and his injury. That'll be big to see what happens there. But they knew they needed to address the pitching staff, not so much the bullpen, but they did anyway. And then the starting pitchers, so obviously getting Zach Britton from the Orioles. He was the big mover in the relief corps that everyone was expecting would be gone. The Orioles completely selling off their whole team. That's a whole nother story with Adam Jones the only one staying there, actually blocking a trade, vetoing a trade. But anyway, staying with the Yankees, J.A. Happ, they get the pitcher from Toronto. They also get Lance Lynn, kind of a middle reliever, long reliever, he can start, and then Zach Britton. So what do you think of the Yankees, what they made? I mean, can they got to cut this gap down, right? The Red Sox aren't going to run away with this division.
Yeah, I imagine the Yankees are definitely going to make up some ground. I think all their moves made a lot of sense. Maybe the Zach Britton trade, they didn't exactly need to bolster their bullpen. I think it was probably already the best in the majors. But that lefty reliever, they really stole him away from the Red Sox. I don't know if the Sox would have given up the prospects to get Zach Britton. But, I mean, besides that move, everything else made sense. You know, Lance Lynn, like you said, J. Happ, those are definitely good, solid veteran starters that are going to fit in well with that team. I mean, they definitely got stronger. They made the moves. I mean, if you know, outside of Severino right now, who's your number two? I mean, probably Tanaka right now?
Yeah, Tanaka would probably be. I mean, Sabathia, maybe you're going to get some starts out of him, but you're right, they don't have, that was the knock on the Yankees the whole season. Preseason into the season, they don't have the depth at starting pitching. You know, and I don't know, a lot of people like to knock the Red Sox for having so much depth, but nobody's healthy. But at least you have that. I mean, you've got Brian Johnson stepping in, Velasquez stepping in a couple times. So you got that depth. So now the Yankees look like they may have the depth. I still don't think it's over. Obviously, like I said, 10 games starting tomorrow night, Thursday night.
Big 4-game series.
Yankees and Red Sox. Red Sox got to split that series, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think I was really looking forward to Chris Sale starting that game on Thursday. Now he's going down. But like you said, Brian Johnson has been a bit of a surprise this year. Hector Velasquez coming out of the bullpen, being a long reliever. Both of them have been very solid because they didn't make the team coming out of spring training. But because of injuries, they were on the team, and they've been a good surprise. They've been solid enough. I mean, that's going to be a big start for Brian Johnson filling in for Chris Sale, and a really big start is going to be David Price on Sunday
night.
Last time he faced the Yankees, you remember what happened then? He gave up 5 home runs in 4 innings. That was the most home runs he's ever given up. So that's going to be a big start for him.
Yeah, that's Sunday night again on Sunday Night Baseball. So going to the rest of the American League, a lot of the teams making moves, the playoff teams at least, the Indians obviously getting a reliever last weeks earlier, the closer for the Padres, Brad Hand. And then the Astros making the move for Osuna from the Blue Jays, and you know that comes with a lot of controversy off the field because of the domestic violence he's suspended for, and why should he be eligible to play in the playoffs? But a guy like Robinson Cano. But all that aside, you know what on the field, which team improved most? Do you think in the trading deadline of the 4 big teams?
I mean, of the 4 big teams, I think right now it looks like the Yankees.
Possibly.
It was really their starting rotation was probably their biggest question mark, and they got the guys, they got the veteran guys who I think are going to step up with this team. And you look at Lance Lynn and J. Happ, they haven't really been exactly on a contender for a while now, and playing on this team, I think they're going to step up and really make that team better.
And they got like you said, they got the best reliever. While they maybe didn't need them exactly, but they got the best reliever, kept them away from the Red Sox or the Indians, the Astros, who they're going to face in the playoffs. So you're right. I think the Yankees, they made some moves. They improved. They just need to figure out that offensive side of the ball now, especially with Aaron Judge being hurt. So we move over to the National League. We're going to make our Salt Hill Pub picks of the week later in the show, the picks for the National League. But just quickly, anybody you're counting out? Are the Nationals out of it so far in the NL East? They're about 5.5 games back, and who might be the favorite in the National League?
I do think the Nationals are out of it, and I think we heard they're trying to. Well, they were thinking about dealing Bryce Harper. I think right now, you know, if they play better, we'll see. But I think right now they're probably out of it. The favorite in the National League, it's hard to say. I think the Dodgers are looking really good, and the Phillies really surprised me going up against the Red Sox these last 2 games. So I think probably right now it's the Dodgers. They really improved.
Yeah, the Phillies, I mean, that pitching staff is legit. So the offense, they're good offensively. We didn't see that this weekend against the Red Sox, but the pitching's really well. Dodgers making a lot of moves at the trading deadline with Machado, getting Dozier. They really are ramping up. And then, that National, they scored 24 runs last night, but it was against the Mets, so we'll see if they can keep it up or not. That might be the end of the road for them. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk some Patriots. First week of training camp is in the books. Some surprise moves, a cut earlier today, so we'll talk about that and what they need to do going forward. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.